Albacete, Albuquerque, Alabama, whatever the case may be, Houston, we have grande problema. Real Madrid are in a state of serious freaking crisis. It gets real. And it gets so real that it's hard to even put into words. I'm working on another Real Madrid video, like a much larger Real Madrid video. But I'm just teasing to the issues, but there's a much more like a dissertation, a deep surgical analysis of what's happening at Real Madrid, biggest club in the world. That's a fact. 15 years UCLs. But I want to quote not myself. This is not my words. I want to quote Danny Carvajal, multiple UCL winner, captain of the team, super experienced. And I quote, he said, Real Madrid have reached rock bottom. Things are bad. Because shout out to Albacete, Albuquerque, Alabama, Aloe Aladdin, Al Taiwan, shout out to Cristiano. Albacete just achieved something that is crazy. Now you may say, okay, people lose games. People lose games. Let me not have a quick interest. People lose games. Shout out to your boy Juice. Nutritious. People lose games. Lose that game. So, what is the big deal? What is the big deal of Real Madrid losing to Albacete? So, you know how you go to school and they say sometimes a picture is 1,000 words, visual learning. You can say, but sometimes when you just show an image, once you just show an image, it can do the work of speaking in a soliloquy for thousands and thousands of years. So I'm going to do that. Now, what I need to add here is, what do you see here? FC Andorra, Cultural Lionesses, hey, what up, baby? Real Sociedad, B under 21. Not just Real Sociedad B under 21. Huesca, Granada, Real Zaragoza, Miranda Drink, aka Miranda's. So what do you notice there? They don't seem to be in La Liga. Because now Granada used to be in La Liga. Real Zaragoza were a major force in La Liga during the 90s and the 2000s. Huesca used to be there, yes. I don't think I've ever seen the cultural lionesses in La Liga. I don't think I've ever seen FC Andorra the Explorer in La Liga. Do you know why that is? FC Andorra the Explorer are not in La Liga, and I don't think I've ever seen them in La Liga in my lifetime. Well, maybe before, but in my lifetime, since I've been watching La Liga, since the early 90s, I've never seen FC Andorra the Explorer there. That is because Albacete, aka Alabama, aka Albuquerque, aka Aladdin, aka Aloe Vera, are in the Segunda Division, the second division. Real Madrid lost to a team that's fighting relegation in the Segunda Division. This is a massive L upon L's. It's a humongous L, and there's no other way to spin it. And you see, because I wanted to put them both, like Vinny and your boy Arbeloa. So for guys who've been watching ball before, you say, yeah, I've seen the Arb before. Now here's the thing: If he cooks, he's called the Arb. If he doesn't, he's called Arby's. So currently, after this L, he's called Arby's. Now, if he wins the UCL or La Liga by miracle, we'll call him the Arb. But for now, he's called Arby's. So Arby's, aka Arbeloa, is from the road. Essentially, he's from the road. He's been promoted from like the second team Castilla B, but he's essentially from the road. So he's been put in a very difficult situation. But because what you have is a broken locker room, a broken team, perhaps a fractured team, and you're trying to now mend things together, with the aim being Real Madrid, with the amount of money they spent and the superstars they have, cannot under any circumstance go 2 seasons trophyless. Now, people are telling me that Vinny Jr. played all 90 minutes, and I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that Vinicius Jr., first of his name, allowed Real Madrid, with his powers and his individual abilities, to somehow lose to Albacete. It gets real. This is a crushing blow, because do you know why this is so crushing? So what do I always say? You see, if you're a medium club, you rep a domestic trophy. So let's say you're Villa, an FA Cup is a big deal. You're Leipzig, a DFB Pokal is a big deal. You are Sassuolo, a Coppa Italia is a big deal. You are wait. So okay, you are, let's say you are Real Betis. Copa del Rey Mysteria is a big thing. If you are a Real Madrid, a Copa del Rey Mysterio is essentially nothing. It is a trophy in serious air quotes, but essentially is nothing. Because if all you do is turn up with a Copa del Rey Mysterio as a Real Madrid manager, that's as good as nothing. Because Real Madrid, the bare minimum is you either win the league or the Champions League. Ideally, you win both. If you have to choose one, it's the Champions League. But ideally, you win at least the league or the Champions League. If you don't win either of those trophies, that is seen as a failure. Process, project, time does not exist at Real Madrid. That is a myth. For the clubs, you can have time. You don't have time at Real Madrid. That's just not how it works. So I don't know how Arby's is going to somehow lead this fractured team with this huge embarrassing blow to a league where Barcelona are cooking, or a Champions League where Arsenal are there, PSG are there, Bayern Munich are there, and there are a lot of teams that would beat this Real Madrid team twice over 2 legs. It's difficult. Now, people will say Roberto Di Matteo. People can say Real Madrid just have something within them. And I'll tell you this right now. If there is one team that can get their way to a Champions League, it's Real Madrid. This is the only club that can somehow, some way, through the power of juju or white magic, find a way to win a Champions League. Because I've seen it. I've seen magic. I have seen a miracle. And Real Madrid has shown me miracles. Things I thought never existed within humanity. Things I thought never existed in life, Real Madrid have shown it to me. When I thought this team were done, finished, finito, they pulled the victory out of nothing, and they did it so many times. So if there's anybody that can do this, it's this club and these players. It is just what it is. That's just what Real Madrid is about. You can't blame him. So I don't know how you can blame this freaking dude. Like, I don't know how you can blame him. Because he wasn't there. Now, I'm going to go into a lot more detail because this is a much longer video where we don't break down the issues of this team. But pertaining to this topic specifically, you can't blame him. He wasn't in the squad. So this agenda that people have of like, oh, Mbappe is evil, Kylian Mao, Umbutu, this great dictator, he's not there. He wasn't around. He only played 90 minutes. So I forgot it. Because Mbappe has this amazing spectral wizardry powers that even from 1,000 miles away, he can somehow dictate and manipulate them. Yeah, I get that. Sorry, you can't blame him. So can you get your agenda out of the way and be objective? Because there are ways in which you can criticize Mbappe. You can't criticize Mbappe for this loss. Because I know some people are trying to find a way of like, oh, because Mbappe got Alonso sacked, even though he was one of the people who wanted Alonso to stay and fought for Alonso to stay. It is Mbappe's fault that Alonso was sacked. Arby's was hired in. Arby's was the manager for them losing 3-2 to Albuquerque. So therefore, the loss to Albuquerque somehow in some twisted, perpendicular, E equals MC squared way, it's Mbappe's fault. You see, that's just too much mental gymnastics. That's far too much mental gymnastics. Let's just be easy. Mbappe is not to blame for this loss. This loss is on Arby's. More so, it's on the players. Forget Arby's because it's his first game. This loss are on this players because forget what level of manager Arby's is. If Real Madrid, with their talents, cannot out-hustle, outplay, and outperform a team fighting relegation in the Segunda Division, that's on the players. That's on the players. Again, this is the last, and then I'll probably go into detail in this in another video. But for Florentino Perez, things are looking sketchy because right now he's scrambling. Because what has happened right now is the big Alonso gamble did not work out. It simply did not work out. And if Real Madrid go trophyless back to back, people will have quite questions. You see, I'll be real with you. And I may say something that may actually shock people. I respect the way that Perez runs the club. You see, I hate projects. I hate a process. I believe in pressure. And I believe in the pressure to win and the pressure to deliver. I believe in GID. I believe in get it done. I believe in no excuses, find a way. Find a way to win. Doesn't matter how you win, find a way to freaking win. And the highest level of excellence. This whole thing of like, oh, give time, we're building something. No. Take the building to some construction company. I'm here to win it now. I'm here to win it yesterday. I'm here to win it last year. So I respect his mind frame of best players, superstar players, we're here to win. However, you need a middle ground. And I think that, yes, have that general ideology, meet me somewhere in the middle. Because you do need a structure. You do need a team. And what Perez is learning, and I'm hoping he's learned, is in 2026, just having the best players in the world not winning everything. It will put you in a great position to win everything. But it will not guarantee you to win everything if you just have a collection of the best players in the world. Because it's one thing having the best players in the world. That is very key. But you have to have the best players in the world in a system, in a structure, with a foundation that makes sense, that allows them to cook. Because if you don't have a proper foundation, you can have the very best players in the world. It's not going to work. Galacticos. It didn't happen. So it remains to be seen. But I am fearful though. Because if somehow, some way, Real Madrid go trophyless back-to-back years, especially with the announcement of Mbappe, where the hell do we go from here? And again, let me even leave on Mbappe right now. So for Mbappe, you've got two bites for this season before the World Cup. La Liga and the Champions League. I think La Liga is going to be hard because Barcelona are just on a roll. Barcelona are on a roll. And I do feel that when they meet them again, Barca are going to beat them. So, now again, I believe only 4 points behind, so they're still within there, but I just think that so much stuff has happened that's going to be hard for them to course correct. The Champions League is always tricky. And it's going to be doubtful because I just feel there are better teams than them. I believe that Arsenal will beat these guys again. Bayern Munich will beat these guys again. PSG will beat these guys. So I don't think they can beat Bayern. I don't think they can beat PSG. I don't think they can beat Arsenal in their current state. However, that is from the whole footballing point of view. And that is just from a very understandable point of view. But Real Madrid, see, that's coming from logic. If there's any club that defies logic, it is this club. So as much as I say, if Real pull up to PSG, Bayern, or Arsenal in a quarterfinal, I believe Bayern, PSG, and Arsenal will beat them. But if there's one club that can prove me wrong and defy footballing logic, it's Real Madrid. So all I'm saying though is that this is a crazy story. Buckle up and let's just see how this ends. But Mbappe, we need that UCL, baby. Mbappe FC needs that UCL. Because of the 7th goal, where is it? What's the name of the keeper? Cesar? Julio Cesar.
I don't know.
The 7th goal, and he's basically hogging the post.
but you know one thing though.
No black goal keeper has thrown the ball when a guy has been literally half a yard away from them. You pushed a guy off the pitch. He's still off the pitch, and he managed to beat you while off the pitch, then came onto the pitch with the ball. Is insane. Think about becoming a Football Hut member. If you're a desktop merchant, just click on the join button below, over here. Or if you're a mobile phone merchant, just click on the join button below the video over here and join the true elite content crack addicts. Peace.